What's up, guys? It's me Boxing, and I just finished up watching Francis Ngannou versus Stipe Miocic 2, which is a 5-rounder for the undisputed UFC Heavyweight World Championship. And this fight was Saturday, March 27th, from the UFC Apex in Las Vegas, Nevada. And this fight was broadcasted on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. And in this fight, Francis Ngannou dominates Stipe Miocic in the rematch to become the new UFC Heavyweight World Champion and to dethrone Stipe Miocic's reign as world champ. And just what a fight this was. What a dominant win from Francis Ngannou to become the first ever Cameroonian-born UFC champion. And in the first round, let me just talk about that. Francis Ngannou dominated. I mean, he was able to hurt Stipe Miocic, landed some great shots on the ground. And I thought that he could have stopped Miocic in that first round. But he stayed composed, which is very, very smart to conserve energy, as opposed to the first fight where he threw it all out in the first round. And he looked way better here. As his grappling was way better, so was his wrestling. He was able to thwart any takedown attempts from Stipe Miocic. Then he countered with a takedown of his own off the fence. And it was a tremendous work rate, tremendous fight for Francis Ngannou, as he looked tremendous here. He looked a level above Stipe Miocic in this one. And at the start of the second round, Francis Ngannou landed a beautiful right hand that hurt Miocic, followed by another one that sent him down into the fence before Stipe Miocic got back up, and then one more beautiful right hand from Francis Ngannou that sent Stipe Miocic down and out. And then, just for one more good measure, Francis Ngannou stepped up and landed one more shot on the ground on Stipe Miocic before referee Herb Dean stopped the contest to declare the new heavyweight world champion in Francis Ngannou. And what is next for Francis Ngannou after becoming the new UFC heavyweight world champion? I think that he will be fighting Jon Jones, because I believe it was said that the winner of this fight will be taking on Jon Jones. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they have a trilogy fight, because that might be needed considering that they're 1-1. But, yeah, the Jon Jones fight's very intriguing. It'd be very interesting to see how Jon Jones does at heavyweight. But Stipe Miocic is still one of the greatest heavyweight world champions of all time in the UFC. Definitely one of the greats. And he's still got a legacy behind him, and a legacy that he could bring forth, as he could still definitely bounce back and win yet again the world title. But what's next for Stipe Miocic? I mean, I'm not too sure, honestly. He definitely needs to regroup, stay with his family for a few months, regroup, pick up a fight, something like that. I mean, he might want a trilogy fight. I could definitely see that. But I would still love to see a trilogy fight, as even though Francis Ngannou was the favorite in both fights, I mean, he'd definitely be the favorite in the trilogy. But still, Stipe was always overlooked, as I should say, in all his fights, because all of his opponents were most of the time the favorite. But this time it actually happened where Stipe Miocic did lose his title, but he's still one of the greats of all time, as I said before. And I'm looking forward to seeing his comeback. Although he's 37 years old, I still want to see him again in the octagon. So overall, Francis Ngannou stops Stipe Miocic in the second round to become the new UFC heavyweight world champion. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.